Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Brandon Parsons from Blue Orange Games talking about The Boss, an Alan Ollier design from a few years back, but never available in the US until now. Right now?
Well, we have 50 advanced copies
right
here.
Now.
Right now.
At Origins.
At Origins.
Okay.
So yeah, this is from BlackRock. They're one of our distributors in France, and we've brought over now, this is the third of their games. No changes to gameplay, no changes to art, no changes to components, just a clarification of the rules.
Okay.
So, The Boss is a bluffing deduction game with a mobster theme to it. So in the game of The Boss, there are several different bosses, and each time you play the game, you're going to play with a different collection of bosses. Okay. Depending on the number of players and your own personal preferences, there's rules for it, I'm not going to get into it, you will select the bosses you have this game. Depending on which bosses you choose, it will determine which cards you play with.
Okay.
So, printed on each boss is the set of that boss's cards. So for instance, New York has a 0, 1, 2, and 3 printed on it. That means the New York cards are numbered 0, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
I should also mention that if we're not playing with 6 and 7, the Philadelphia-Memphis bosses, we don't play with the Philadelphia and Memphis City cards. They're just gone and out of the game.
Okay.
So when you got your bosses, then you get your city cards, all listed down here on the bottom of the bosses. You then shuffle them all together and deal one face down in front of each boss. Then you shuffle them again and deal out the cards evenly to all the players.
Okay.
So what this means is, if we were to all reveal all the cards in our hands to each other, we would know what the face down card is because it's the missing one of each set here. But since we're not on the same team, we're going to keep that information secret. On your turn, you must reveal one of the cards in your hand and place it below the boss card.
Okay.
So on your turn, you're going to give a little bit of information to your opponents, and then you're going to take control of a city. That's an optional thing. If you want to take control of a city, then this is your time to do it.
Okay.
And the way that works is you're going to take your little gangster cubes here, and you're going to put it on top of the boss of your choosing. Ideally, you're going to be putting it on a boss that's going to score you points. Some of these bosses will not score you points depending on what cards they have down here. The money bags are points, but the jail, the hospital, and the gun will do bad things to you. You don't want to get those. So you put cubes on the boss that you think is going to be have a good payout, and then you end your turn. I should note that you must take control of the boss. So if there's already 2 cubes there from yellow, red would need to add at least 3. There's no ties allowed. And that's it. We keep doing that, revealing a card, taking control of a city until all the cards are revealed in our hand, and then we flip up the face down cards and award them either the points or the penalties to the player who controls the city.
Okay.
So,
poor choice.
Yeah, bad choice for red.
Okay.
The game is over at the end of each round, or near the end of each round. You flip over one of these cards. So these are shuffled together. These are police cards. They're either silver, gold, or silver and gold. You flip over one at the end of the round. The round that you flip over the third matching symbol, so right now, actually that'd be a bad example. If I had, these, I'd have 3 gold badges flipped up. That's the last round of the game.
Okay.
So it's 3 to 5 rounds, depending on how the badges go.
Okay.
And then most points wins.
All right. Very straightforward.
Yeah.
Seems.
Bluffing. I forgot to mention the big boss in Chicago.
He has nothing here.
He has nothing here. There's no cards for Chicago. Chicago is the big boss, and he controls the other bosses. So instead of having cards, he gives payouts based on the bosses to his left. In the beginning of the game, he starts here. Every round, he moves 1 space to the right, so more bosses go under his control. And the way he works, his payout is different than all the other bosses. His payout is based on the last card revealed on the bosses to his left. So the last card revealed at New York will go to the big boss Chicago. Anybody controlling Chicago will share half of the big boss's money. So in this case, they would get 1 point for having Chicago.
And on the second round, you're flipping this over, and whichever one of those is the last reveal.
And then you add them together. So the last one revealed with black.
For each of them.
Then add it together, divide by 2. Half goes to Chicago, half goes to you.
Okay.
And the big boss always gets the larger half in case of a uneven.
You would expect that.
Yes, he's the big boss.
Okay.
That's the game.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much for the overview of The Boss.